Alrighty, good morning folks. I'm currently out at a site up in far north Queensland. From the mapping I've been able to deduce this is possibly a location that was used as a Cobb Co coach stop. It was also used by the military in World War II, but I know where the World War II areas are and I've sort of come down a little bit, so I'm away from that. So I'm chasing the older stuff, and there's a lot of volcanic scoria around here, and the XP Deus isn't liking it a real lot, but in amongst all that, it seems I've turned out a couple of cartridge cases. These are one of two things. I believe it's got Ely on the bottom of that. They're centerfire cartridges. They're either from the Martini Henry or they're 410 gauge. I'll need to chuck a micrometer across them to figure that out, but that's pretty good. They're broken up into pieces and they were in a very shallow hole. This area's had a fire through it over the winter, and the wet season's kind of just started, so I'm getting in here before the grass grows back. But alright, so stick with me and we'll see what else we can find from pre-1900 in a Cobb Co coach stop. Alrighty folks, so this isn't metal detecting per se, but it's a bit of Australiana and I think you'd like to see it. I don't know if you can see the eggs just there that have been laid by a bird of some description. Quite well camouflaged. You don't really see them until you run the coil across them, but check that out. Like I said, I don't know what they're from. I'll do some inquiries and postscript it for you, or put it as a caption down below. But that's pretty cool. Alright, let's crack on. Alrighty folks, so still going along. It's been a pretty dry run. I've picked up a few nails and bolts, but I'm starting to get more and more nails, so I think I'm getting closer to where the actual coach stop was. Also just uncovered another unusual piece of ammunition. This one is not a 303. It's too short. Looking at it, it's more than likely 38 or something like that. It's quite interesting what's happened to the primer there. I think it might have actually been live at one stage and then it's been in a fire and it's popped the primer backwards. But anyway, there's some writing on the back of it. I'll try and get closer for the roundup, but it looks to be around about 38 special in size. Alright, I'm going to keep on going. Alrighty folks, so that old coach stop was hard work. I lost a long grass and it wasn't doing much for me. A couple of rounds, that's pretty much it, but I've come up the hill a little bit into the military area, and you can see that concrete foundation, or what's left of like a concrete drain just there, and then coming around, a bit of old pottery, and next to this big old chunk of pottery, it's like I've popped a dog tag. Yep, it's got writing on it, NX72885 maybe, and it's Mr. Blunt, Church of New England. New England, NE, something like that. That's not a bad find. That we'll see if we can't do a bit of research and get that one home. Alright, let's keep going, eh? Alrighty, so still going along in this military camp area, and it's got a really high 96, and I initially thought it might have been a bit of this old fencing wire that's sort of hanging around here, but dug it on suspicion, and look at that. So a lot of you know what that is already. Good old AMF button. That's straight out of the ground. I haven't done anything with it yet. Let's have a bit of a look at it. Oh, look at that. Still got its pin in. How fantastic is that? And a bit overcast today, so the light's not going to be the best, but you can probably see. I'm hoping you can see. I'm going to assume you can see the Australia on that. Absolute cracker with its pin in place. Perler. Alright, let's crack on, see what else we can find, eh? Alrighty, so still going along here folks. The sun's come out, which has now just made it uncomfortably warm. My next find, I've moved away from that, well I thought I have anyway, I think I've moved away from that area where the Cobb Co coach route was. But my next find looks to be an AB, no it's not an AB, it's a watch band. Correction, watch buckle. Nice. Alright, so we're getting a few relics, no real coins yet. So they've got that nice dog tag though, so that's good. Alright, let's keep going. folks, so if you have a quick listen to this. See, I've got a cracking 85. It's out of the hole. Wasn't down overly deep, but you can see just here I've uncovered what appears to be a halfpenny. It is. It's a Commonwealth of Australia half. I'll give it a quick leg rub. So you can read it, and it's a 1917 Commonwealth of Australia halfpenny. Excellent. Do a quick check, make sure we've got nothing else in the hole. Nope. Just that one. Alrighty. It's unusual to find, well, the coins would have been in circulation, but to get a 1917, normally we get the 1940s coins, but I'm happy with that. Alright, let's crack on. Alrighty folks, so still going along here, and as you can see, I'm developing sweat. This is not good. This sun is pretty powerful warm this time of year. And to be honest, digging the hole was kind of worth it. You've got yourself a workwear button. It's nothing massively significant. Nice little flat workwear button. I'm not going to try and go. There you go. I've scrubbed away at it for you for a bit. But yeah, so we're picking up the occasional relic. It's not too bad swinging through here, but there's a couple of holes around. Someone else has had a go, but they've missed a few things. So as is always the way, you'll always miss something. All right, let's keep going. See what else we get, eh? Alrighty, folks. So here's my next find. It was an 88, heading for a 91, backwards and forwards, no matter which way. You know, depending on which way you went, and you can see just there. I'll get my get a handy pointing stick. Just here, what appears to be a small silver coin, about 3pence in size. Let's go get that. It's an older one. There's King George V. Let's flip her over, see what we've got, eh? Just go real careful. Well, just careful, she's going to get rubbing a coin. Spin it round. 1928 or 6. Go closer with my eyes if I can't pick it up. 1926, folks. I'll get a bit of shadow on it so you can actually see it. If there's any shadow around here, this sun's horrible. There you go. Don't know if that's better. Alrighty, let's crack on, see what else we've got, eh? Alrighty, folks, it looks like I'm in again. Really shallow hole, this one. And you can see it just sort of peeking out here. I'm going to get in and grab that. So I got myself another halfpenny. It's another com. There we go. Wouldn't surprise me if this area is a bit of a mix, you know, like, no, 1938 com halfpenny. I'll go a little bit of shadow so you get a better look at it, I suppose. That little bit of shadow was too much shadow. There you go there, folks, 1938 Commonwealth of Australia halfpenny. I was going to say this area has copped a little bit of detecting. If you have a look down in here, there is a couple of bits of ammunition and the like here. I think the key to detecting in places where other people have gone, especially when it's like this, is you need to be willing to go where other people are not. So you've got to be willing to bush bash in there, into those little tight areas, swing your coil, and nice and slowly, and pick up the stuff that other people just looked at and went, you know what, that's too hard. So yeah, we're doing alright. So we've got a couple of coins, or 3 coins actually, 2 halfpennies and a penny, some ammunition of varying dates, and a dog tag. So that's not too bad. I think I might have forgotten something there along the lines, but I'm probably going to crack on for another half hour maybe, and then call it quits and go and have some breakfast. It's getting a bit too warm for my liking. I'm a cold country boy. Alrighty, folks. So I've got a nice deep target here. I'm going to try and get you a look at it before I start digging it out. If you look down in there, you can see. I know what that is. That's the bowl of a World War II spoon. Now that thing is about a good 2 inches below the depth of the pro pointer. So got a bit of digging to do, but let's get that old girl out, eh? Let's have a bit of a listen first. Definitely it. Alright, let's let's get that out. Alrighty, so we're 5 minutes further on and I've loosened her up. Let's get that out together, eh? Try and get this at an angle where you can see it. It's like a wriggly tooth. There she is there. Oh yes, in one piece, undamaged. For that, ladies and gents, World War II dessert spoon. How good is that? It'll have a maker's mark on the back and it'll be the same as all the other ones. So I'm not going to scrub away at it ineffectually while you sit there sipping your cup of morning coffee and going, what is he doing? Just get on with it. So I will. Alright folks, I'll give it a bit of a clean up for the roundup, but you'll see it then. Let's crack on. Alrighty, so we'll go to our next target. Before I show you that, a couple of minutes ago I was talking about being willing to get in there with the head of your detector into areas other people haven't got. I am at a small advantage with the XP Deus in that I have a setting on that machine, as does every other XP Deus owner, where I can set the machine to non-motion. So the machine doesn't need to be moving to provide a target indication. It's sort of like a pinpoint mode. It does reduce the depth and you don't get any target differentiation. A noise is a noise, but once you've picked up a target you can switch back to your normal mode and listen to a tone, and that's why I'm able to sort of sneak it in amongst these reasonably tight trees and pick up these targets that other people have missed. One of which is sitting right about there, and those of you who hang out with me on a regular basis should know where that is. Beautiful little Australian Military Forces button. Let's pull her up here, try and give it a bit of a clean off for you. There you go, you can see the Australia down the bottom there. There'll be a map of Tassie. Always happy to rub a map of Tassie. Children, block your ears. Alrighty, there you go, folks. That'll clean up nicely with the toothbrush. Still got the shank on it. Excellent. Alrighty, let's crack on, eh? Alright, folks, just doing a quick wrap up of the hunt today. You can see I've got a few bits and pieces. We'll go over here to this spoon first. Absolutely fantastic bit. That was down quite deep, as you know. We've got that dog tag, which I'll do some research on. 3 coins, so we end up with a 1938 halfpenny, a 1917 halfpenny, and a 1928, I want to say. Let's see if we get in nice and close. See if it'll focus for me. Yeah, it's not going to. 1928 sixpence. And then we've got 2 Commonwealth of Australia buttons and 1 normal button. And then we've got 2 what look like watch strap or watch buckles. And then we've got these 3 cartridges. So I've done a bit of research on the 2 lower ones. They're a 470-500 from a factory or from a weapon that was used in the 1880s. It actually, one of the factories ceased production of that round in 1888, so when I was looking for that Cobb Co area, I think I'm pretty much on it. And the other one's a 44 Winchester with rather strange primer on it, but nonetheless, what I'll do is I've got some close-up photos of those, so I'll add those at the end. Alright folks, hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you on the next one, eh?